What's going on, guys? This is the Vivid case break. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Alrighty, guys. You know how it goes with Leaf. As far as team designations, um, there was only a few exceptions, but good luck. I think the exceptions only had, like, they were in duels, like Skeens and his girl. She doesn't have any single autographs. See what we get. Get some more plastic cases. Alright. And I'm going to have to do a recap video of this. Because some of these guys, I'm probably not going to know what team they're currently on. Alright, we're going to start off with Ethan Petrie at a 10. Samuel Basallo at a 4. A lot of these probably go to high school or none spot. Charlie Hugh at a 10 autograph. We got, should be Giants, I believe. Dylan Cumming out of 3. I believe it's Giants. We got Gavin Turley out of 9, it looks like. Colt Emerson should be Seattle out of 5. Colt Emerson out of 5. Looks just like Vivid. And Emmanuel Rodriguez out of 5. It looks like either Baltimore or San Francisco. I think it's Baltimore. Sounds familiar. Let me actually separate these by numbered cards and autos. That was box number. Oh, Guardians. Manuel. I kind of see the Guardians, yeah. On the pants for Emmanuel Rodriguez. Alrighty, Tyler Bremner out of 7. If we pull any one out of ones, which we should pull at least a couple, those I'll look up the exact team so you guys know the 1 out of ones. Brendan Summerhill to 10. Really? That's surprising because usually it's a bunch of just college guys in high school. We got a 1 out of 1 plate. Roch Chalowski, isn't he? High schooler or none? I think he is, but let me make sure. Yeah, he is. Avia Arquettes at a 6. Seth Hernandez to 4. I mean, I think they look better than last year, the Vivid. Alejandro Ozuna to 7. And at a 10, Christian Campbell. It looks like either Boston or I don't even want it. Looks like Boston, but don't know. Or Arizona, man. Arizona or Boston. His name sounds familiar. Boston, yeah. That's what I thought it was Boston. See their best prospect? Oh, he's trying to make the team. I thought, well, isn't that Kyle Teal guy their best prospect? Or they trade him? They traded somebody. I don't know if it was Teal. Oh, that was him. He did get traded. We got Acuna. I know this one. Atlanta. To 9. We got Drew Burst to 6. Eduardo Tate to 6. Auto. George Lombard Yanks to 9. I remember this dude. Hagen Smith to 7. White Sox. We had a ton of Hagen Smith in that contender or the prospect stuff. We got Nick Kurtz /9. Oakland. And our first duel, I don't know who these guys are. Chris Cortez, Caden Dana. Out of 9. I'll have to look that up. These are both Angels. We'll check it either way, though. All right, Alfredo Sena. 1 out of 1. So these all look up. I think this might be usually you get a box that's all 1 out of 1, so this might be it. Yep. Reggie Jackson, 1 out of 1. This is our 1 out of 1 box, I believe. Emmanuel Rodriguez, 1 out of 1. What's going on, Jeff? So we know that's Cleveland. We don't need to look that one up. We know that's Cleveland. We got Seth Hernandez, 1 out of 1. Gavin Grashevich. I think he's college, isn't he? 1 out of 1. And it's a dual, triple. AJ Garcia, 1 out of 1. And a nice triple going to the Reds. Chase Burns, Rhett Lauder, Chase Petty. 1 out of 1. I know at least 2 are Reds. I don't know. Chase Petty, I don't know about him. I know Burns and Lauder are definitely Reds. I would assume Chase Petty is a Red too. So I think those 2 are college for sure. He might be a college too, Seth Hernandez. Yeah, Seth Hernandez is college. Grashevich and Garcia. Yeah, those are both college. And then Reggie Jackson, I can't remember if he's Oakland or New York. Depends on how many games he played. I think he falls under New York. But not 100% on that. And Alfredo Sena. Is that you too? International? So basically none. Damn, you had all of them. Oh, okay. Well, it's hard to tell. I think he signed. Actually, it should be Atlanta. It says he signed with Atlanta. So that one should be the Braves, I believe. But I just Googled him and it says something about him in Atlanta. But I think that's the right person. Hopefully it's, I don't know, maybe there's two of them. Should be the same guy. Yeah, that's what the heck? Atlanta. So I think they do one of those, like 1 out of 1 boxes per case, I believe. All right, we got Zebby Matthews out of 10. Quentin Young out of 10. Which I don't remember if they did that last year. Malcolm Moore out of 6. I think he's Texas. That's not an auto. That's not an auto. Carson Bench out of 2. Looks like the Mets. Caleb Lamatava out of 7. Kennedy Corona out of 7. We got a triple coming up. I think this is Houston. Melton, Janik, MD, and Zeno. I think they're all Houston Astros out of 6. I know Melton for sure, and I'm pretty sure I remember D, Zeno, Houston. So those all should be Houston. Just to confirm, we'll make sure on that as well. All right, we got 5 lifts. Essentially halfway there. Nothing crazy yet. Nothing crazy. We got Carter Johnson at a 3. Griffin Burkholder at a 5. Daniel Espino at a 10. Caden Dana at a, is that 9? I think it's 9. Wellington Herrera at a 9. Thatcher Hurd at a 10. And Celestin should be Seattle at a 9. Felninen. Four lefts. We're only doing this. I only got 1 case of this stuff. Only got 1. Cards are decent looking, but people aren't really thrilled with Leaf for the most part. I can't decide, man. I go back and forth. Probably not, because I think Select comes out right after Stars and Stripes, and I just don't have the time to do Stars and Stripes and Select. And I put in for 2 Selects, so I'm hopefully getting those. Malcolm Moore at a 9. So I just don't think I would have time to do Stars and Stripes and Select. We got Dean Moss at a 10. Because Stars and Stripes is a lot of work. We got Noah Schultz at a 6. Not just a break, but putting stuff together for it. We got Charlie Condon, Colorado out of 10. It's a nice looking card. It's a big name for Colorado. We got Houston out of 6, Walter Janik. Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking card. Daniel Cuvée to 9. And nice one for the Nats. 7, Dylan Cruz for the Nats at a 7. No luck in prospects, but there's a nice little Cruz. Going to the Nats. Natty Nats. Destroyed this box. We have Lazaro Montes. 5. Max Bailu at a 9. Joshua Lugo out of 8. Out of 8, Drake Baldwin. Liam Peterson out of 6, I believe. Check that. 6. Braylon Payne, I think he's Milwaukee, at a 4. And Samuel Basallo out of 8. All right, guys. 2 lists. 2 lists. We got Alfredo Sena at 6. We got a Juan Gonzalez, 1 out of 1. Should be Texas. It's like a red vinyl almost. Got Ethan Anderson out of 10. Quentin Young at a 9. Zebby Matthews. I think he's Twins, isn't he? out of 10. Old Zibby. We got a quad coming up. Blake Burke at a 6. And we got a pretty cool little quad at a 3. Travis Bazana, Chase Burns, Charlie Condon, Nick Kurtz. So Reds, Rockies, A's, Guardians. I think that's right. So we'll look that one up. So that won't be a random unless someone has to have 3 of the 4 teams. So if anybody has 3 of the 4 teams, they would get it and would not be a random. Pretty sure Bazana is Cleveland. So it should be Cleveland, Reds, Rockies, A's. That's the first time I think we've had a quad in this. I don't think we've ever had a quad before. We've had triples, but I don't remember a quad. We got Jacob Wilson at 6. Hold on one sec, guys. We got Spencer Jones to 8. Wyatt Sanford to 10. Carter Johnson to 10. Jeremy Rodriguez to 4. Braden Montgomery to 8. And another duel, Tyson Lewis and Mike Sirota. This one's to 7. Those college guys. No, as it looks like Tyson Lewis is the red, so I'm assuming it's both reds, but we'll check that. All right, let me recap first, and then we'll do any kind of randoms we need to do. All right, we'll do the base cards first. We had Spencer Jones at Jacob Wilson. This was a 1 out of 1 for Juan Gonzalez. Alfredo Sena, Max Bailey, Lazaro Montes, Dean Moss, Malcolm Moore, Griffin Burkholder, Carter Johnson, Reggie Jackson. That was a 1 out of 1. Alfredo Sena was a 1 out of 1. Quentin Young, Zebby Matthews, Drew Burse, Ron Acuna, Brendan Summerhill, Tyler Bremner, Samuel Basalo, and Ethan Patry. The autos, Malcolm Moore, Gavin Grosevich, 1 out of 1. AJ Garcia, 1 out of 1. Seth Hernandez, 1 out of 1. We had Burns, Louder, Petty, 1/1. Emmanuel Rodriguez, Nick Kurtz, Hagen Smith, George Lombard, Edward Tate, Christian Campbell, Alejandro Ozuna, Seth Hernandez, Avia Arquette, Roch Cholowski, 1/1. Emmanuel Rodriguez, Colt Emerson, Gavin Turley, Dylan Cumming, Charlie Hugh, Braden Montgomery. Carson Benj, Caleb Lamavida, Jeremy Rodriguez, Carter Johnson, Wyatt Sanford, Blake Burke, Zebby Matthews, Quentin Young, Ethan Anderson, Samuel Basallo, Braylon Payne, Liam Peterson, Drake Baldwin, Joshua Lugo, Dylan Cruz, Daniel Covey, Walter Janik, Charlie Condon, Noah Schultz, Felon Celestin, Thatcher Hurd, Wellington Herrera, Caden Dana, Daniel Espino, and Kennedy Corona. Yeah, you hit that damn box with all the college guys. I'm wondering this year if maybe it's not as heavy with the college. All right, so we had a couple. Let me do the duels here. So Tyson Lewis was Reds. Let me just double check Sirota. Yep, so that's Reds, Tyson Lewis, and Mike Sirota. This should be Angels, Chris Cortez, Caden Dana. Yep, that's Angels. This should be Houston, Jacob Melton, Walter Janik, Zach D, and Zeno. Yep, that is Houston. And this one, Kurtz is Oakland, Colorado, Reds, and let me just confirm Bazana's Cleveland. Yeah, he's Cleveland. Colorado. So Cleveland, Colorado, Reds, and A's. So let's see who's got Cleveland. Cleveland is Gavin. The Reds are Gavin. Gavin might have 3 teams. Rockies or Darren. And then if Gavin has the A's, he gets this. And Gavin does. So Gavin has 3 of the 4 teams. He's got the A's, the Reds, and Cleveland. So this will go to him. It will not even be a random because he has over 50%. He's got 3 of the 4. So congrats, Gavin, on this quad. Pretty cool. Out of 3. I don't think we ever had a quad before, but that's not a bad one. He was a first round. He was the number 1 pick. All these guys are really high picks. So pretty cool card to get when you don't even have to go through a random there. So that'll do it, guys. Thank y'all as always for Vivid. I will post a separate recap video because 95% of these guys I didn't know about. So there will be another video. But this will be all we will do in terms of Vivid.